As far as your mind or your imagination can go, DVD can be there.
DVD has the ability to bring the world into your living room.
It's probably the first medium that has really been embraced by all of the different industries.
It's a perfect vehicle to display your message.
I would like to see independent filmmakers and just anybody who wants to be able to express themselves using DVD.
It's a lot of information all in one place.
DVD has actually become the fastest growing consumer format of all time.
The consumers are ready for that next level of excitement.
The Hollywood movies, while they're extremely entertaining, have just barely scratched the surface of the potential of DVD.
Digital is a huge horizon. It's like a whole new world has been opened up to us.
DVD is not a revolution. DVD is just an evolution. It's the next generation of compact disc technology.
It's built squarely on the shoulders of CD technology and lots of other optical technologies like Laserdisc and others.
As we shift from analog television to digital television and high-definition television, DVD is the bridge because it is right in the middle. It's digital video that can be played on old televisions, but in the future you'll be able to hook up a high-definition DVD player that connects digitally to a digital television. You get much better picture from the same disc than you can on a television today.
I think it's the perfect, basically, convergence product to bring together audio, visual, graphics, and information.
A lot of what we're seeing is the convergence of many technologies that are providing information, entertainment to people. Now, DVD is one aspect of it. Television is another. The internet is another.
My view of the convergence of DVD is more of a convergence of all the different industries and all the different people who are converging on DVD as a medium.
People use the word convergence, and I think that's a very poor analogy, particularly if you look at the dictionary things coming together and bending together in the same direction. It's really more like a traffic accident.
DVD holds somewhere between 7 and 25 times the amount of information that you can put on a CD-ROM or a CD.
The whole basics of Laserdiscs and CDs and DVDs is that the data is stored as what are called dots and dashes or pits and tracks on a very smooth surface.
If you were to unspool the data track, like if you were to look at an LP, that's basically what is on a compact disc and a DVD. A track of data that spirals from the inside to the outside at a constant linear velocity that is reading those physical structures and turning it into ones and zeros. With more little physical structures on it than there are people on the entire world.
There are 4 different basic kinds of DVD. DVD 5, DVD 9, DVD 10, and DVD 18. DVD 5 is a single layer, single side recording. DVD 10 is 1 layer on one side, 1 layer on the other side. DVD 9 is 2 layers on one side. DVD 18 is 2 layers on each side, bonded together.
The laser head never touches the surface. It just bounces light off of it to read the information. So it will never wear out just from playing. It will only wear out from handling. If you took a standard DVD disc and stuck it in a temperature-controlled environment, it would last at least 150 years. But it doesn't do anybody any good, stuck in a box somewhere.
The last frontier for digital information is video. It is the one that requires so much space and so much compression.
It was amazing to me to learn the size of an uncompressed video stream out the back end of a camera is somewhere between 350 to 500 megabits a second. Huge. When you think of a little computer modem that only does maybe at best 56,000, imagine 350 to 500 million a second. That isn't useful to anybody. It's too big. So it has to be compressed, and all the great minds in this sort of thing came up with a system called MPEG.
As you apply compression to the video, you're pulling out information, usually redundant information. You're trying to pull out information that people wouldn't see anyways. And you're able to take the data and squish it down. You make it so it takes up less space.
As a viewer, you have the chance to experience nonlinear viewing, which means I watch what I want, and it's one simple button push.
For the first time, instead of a piece of tape delivering linear video content, we've got the ability to interactively navigate between any piece of video and any other piece of video within a half a second of each other. We've never had that before.
This becomes an instantaneous response medium with 500 lines of resolution, which really has technical sizzle to people who want technology at their fingertips.
If you want to, you can go beyond the DVD video space and enhance that with DVD-ROM content. So you can create hybrid discs that play just fine in a set-top player, perhaps as a movie or a documentary or so on.
3, 2, 1. We have ignition and we have liftoff.
If you put the same disc into a computer, then your experience grows, and you can have games, interactivity, text searches, links between synchronized computer content and video content.
It's my opinion that every DVD disc that gets published should be hybrid. It should work on a consumer player and work on a computer in some different way.
Today, I would strongly recommend buying DVD-ROM drive in every new computer because it's backwards compatible with all the existing forms of CD. So you don't lose any of your investment in existing technology, and you can begin to use new content on DVD, and you're well positioned for the transition from CD to DVD.
There are many misconceptions about the internet. Everyone thinks it's the answer to everything, you know, and that in a short while the bandwidth will increase and the internet will enable full screen moving video and glorious technicolor and wonderful audio to come streaming down the pipe. It's nonsense.
You can think of bandwidth as like pipes. If you've got water that you've got to move from one place to another, you pump it through pipes. Low bandwidth would be like using a very small pipe. With DVD, you have an opportunity to put a lot of the full screen video, full motion material, all of the audio, all of the stills, and great big graphics and things like that right there on the disc, so that the person doesn't have to download anything. It's already there.
The fusion of the web and DVD is the best of both worlds. The high bandwidth objects coming off the disc, and the web delivering the immediacy, the contact with real people. There are many ways now of filling this giant disc with enormous amounts of information, but allowing the customer to pay just for a little bit of that information while still preserving the integrity of the thing through copy protection techniques.
It's very tough when you start talking about music DVDs because the specification also includes a DVD-audio, a third prong in the DVD family, the other two being the DVD video and DVD-ROM. DVD audio requires new hardware. It basically removes the video component or the strength of the video component in favor of much higher resolution audio.
You could look at what they do now with CD and CD recordable and CD rewritable. All of those applications are transferable to DVD recordable and DVD rewritable. There are currently 4 kinds of writable DVD, and we lump the recordables and the rewritables under writable DVD just so we don't drive ourselves crazy. There are DVD-R, DVD-RW, DVD-RAM, and DVD plus RW. DVD recordable is record once. It's analogous to the existing CD recordable. DVD-RW is the rewritable version of DVD-R. It's essentially the same format, except that you can erase the disc and use it over. Now, DVD-RAM and DVD plus RW are two more rewritable formats. Basically, it puts the power of recording massive amounts of data in the hands of anyone who wants to use it.
For DVD to be successful, it really needs to go beyond the linear videotape, whether it be multiple angles, additional audio tracks, special features, what we call Easter eggs, little hidden things within the DVD for the consumer to find.
We could make it interactive. We can ask the user to make choices, and based on those choices, we could play different parts of the disc.
We've come to basically be able to find 4 fundamental reasons that human beings interact. The first one I call command mode. And command mode is, I want it, make it so. The second reason that people interact is knowledge seeking.
El perro.
The third is stimulation and self-expression.
Hello.
And the fourth is community. We want, in fact, the world to read our minds and to configure itself to meet us, to meet our needs. So I think interactivity is only valuable when there's something compelling that you can deliver with it that you really can't deliver any other way.
The thing that attracts me to DVD is the possibility of having one format that can be sold worldwide.
In television, you have NTSC and PAL as competing formats around the world. There are DVD players. Philips makes a professional DVD player that is NTSC and PAL. So now marketers can create one DVD disc, have one platform, and present it worldwide with a number of languages.
Subpictures is an interesting feature in DVD. It's basically a graphic stream that allows the producer or the developer of the disc to place graphics over the video. Often in feature films, that capability is used to put subtitles over the video.
Something else that DVD offers me is the ability to have multiple tracks of subtitles. That means I can produce one DVD disc and it can serve 32 different nations, and each nation can see the movie in their own particular language.
We can put multiple channel video on so that it's playing at the same time. You could have 3 cameras going.
If you're showing a procedure, you can do multiple angles and show the procedure up close, the procedure from the assistant's perspective, the procedure from behind or from up above, and even switch over to an animation of what's going on inside.
Other multiple channel video uses within DVD include movie releases that have rating restrictions. If you want a movie to be released in G that's really PG-13, you can have a version that click here and you go to the G version.
Regarding the parental control feature on the DVD, there's an issue of director's rights as far as editing, as far as altering the content. It still hasn't been determined what's a violation and what's not. We would like to utilize it to help make it easier for parents to view movies or have their children view movies, but at the same time we have to respect the rights of the director.
A next level, again taking on the existence of the DVD video spec, is in industrial applications, corporate communications, training, kiosks, point of sale information displays.
One of the mistakes that we can make in the interactive multimedia world is to think that, you know, the technology is going to somehow either replace the book or replace the teacher. Worse yet, we've added things like barcode capability. So now teachers who are more familiar with print materials, books, teaching guides, can actually embed barcodes, scan that, and draw up exactly the video that they need to make their particular point in the classroom.
And suddenly it's so easy to understand. What took me 20 years to learn, they can learn in 20 minutes. That's what DVD can do for education. You've got the subject matter beautifully explained, and the teacher can now become a mentor and move from group to group and do what teachers love to do, teach.
Training
is a very good example where DVD can come in and really take the place of VHS. It's a much better format, much easier to replicate for big corporations to distribute.
For receipt scanning, this is your tool called an LRT.
There's no compromise on video audio quality, and there's no compromise on computer interactivity. And the best thing is it's very small. You can take a 8-pound portable computer and deliver broadcast quality video in the field. And that's really a trainer's dream, to be able to take the content and deliver it to the person on the job, either as a refresher course or as a reference material, saying, well, I'm not sure how to fix this thing, I better look at the manual, and the manual happens to be full motion video rather than some piece of paper.
Well, you can have one disc produced, what's called a one-off or a DVD-R, and on that you can have a number of different video assets, different video content. For example, you may be putting together a 1-hour presentation that you're going to make, so kind of a general sales presentation. And so with one disc, you can have just a menu where you can pick out, I want to do the sales promo, 2 minutes long max. But then you can also have on the very same disc the 30-minute presentation. You can always look at a DVD disc as a library of material. And you can provide a way where you don't necessarily have to access it all in one setting.
The ideal situation for reference discs or reference titles is not to have them in libraries, but to make them available to the people doing the research wherever they are. And if they have a DVD-ROM computer, you just send them a $2 disc and they have all the data they could ever want in one place, and they don't have to keep going back to different libraries or different research centers.
It's not just we are looking for one isolated piece of information. We are looking for patterns. We are looking for how things link together, cross-references. How does this relate to that? And that is one area where digital technology has opened up a whole new world of being able to bring together disparate bits of information. Right now, the DVD technology is probably coming closer than anything else we have.
DVD is consistently approaching sales levels of VHS depending on the general success of a particular title.
The first thing about DVD that makes it sell is 16:9 aspect ratio. It looks cinematic. It looks like you're in a movie theater.
I get Dolby Digital surround sound in 5.1 channels.
Directors and often producers are very excited to participate in the process of making DVD added value. It's often the only chance they get to have their say, to let the consumer know what they were thinking and why they did this and how they did that. For producers, often it's the only time anyone ever hears them or hears of them.
There's all kinds of cool stuff on there. There's the menus, there's the alternate takes, scenes that didn't work. There's interviews with the actors. Some DVDs have the script on them.
People are going back and taking the original masters and redoing them, bringing them to production facilities and making them look better than you've ever seen before.
You're going to see lots of people suggesting lots of different things about how to use the medium. And it's almost like throwing the spaghetti up against the wall and seeing what sticks. They're putting a lot of ideas out there and just trying to see what's acceptable or what grabs the consumer.
We're all going to sort of replace our television, VCR, DSS, the whole rack of equipment that we have in our home entertainment centers with a couple devices, a widescreen TV and a sort of a do-it-all set-top box that plays DVD discs, audio discs, receives satellite, receives cable, has an internet connection.
As much as the computer opened a small door, this digital communication era is going to open a much larger window on the world and allow us to do many more things that we haven't thought of before.
If you really want to bring this out as a new form of art, a new cultural expression, you need to put it in the hands of the people who have the dreams.
The ability to combine the interactivity of computers with the video quality, with the dramatic impact of DVD video is really exciting to me, and I'm eagerly anticipating all the people who will take advantage of this and do some amazing things that those of us who are familiar with the technology today have probably never even imagined.
To order a full-length version of DVD Disc of All Trades on DVD or VHS, contact Library DVD Source at www.librarydvd.com.